Our independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming to you today with my very first card tutorial. We'll be making this card using the Art Gallery and Floral Gallery dies. These are in the January to June mini catalog. So first, here I'll show you the Stampin' die set. There's one die missing because I took it out to create with. So we're going to get our trimmer, our 8.5 by 11 white card base. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this at 5.5 inches. Set that aside. Then we're going to fold our card base in half. I'm just going to use my bone folder to crease it down. And then we're going to use our Fine Art Floral DSP. I cut this at 5.25 by 4. We're going to take this and I'm going to put my adhesive on the back. Okay, and I'm just going to stick this in the middle of the card so there's a nice white border all the way around. Then we're going to take our Mary Merlot piece. I cut this piece at 4 3/4 by 3 inches. 4 3/4 by 3.5 inches. And then I embossed it using the Painted Textures 3D embossing folder. Put my adhesive on this. And then I'm going to take this piece and I am going to set it at an angle. What I did is just made sure that there was one edge here and one edge here that's touching the outer part of the DSP. Then I took the largest in the Stitch So Sweetly dies, the largest stitched rectangle die, and I cut that out. And this I'm going to stamp on before I adhere it to my card. Our 3 ink colors I'm going to be using on this card is Mary Merlot, Flirty Flamingo, and Mossy Meadow. So first I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo ink pad and I put one stamp on each side, so you know what, let me use some cushion under here since these are photopolymer stamps. We want that cushion under there. I'm going to stamp that. And then the other layer we're going to do in Mary Merlot. Okay, I just want to make sure that lines up correctly first. We're just gonna center that. I feel like it needs a little more ink. Okay, there we go. That's pretty. I love how the colors go so well together. I'm just gonna clean my stamp off very quickly. Then we're gonna do the stem, which we're gonna do in the Mossy Meadow. And here's my stem. And I'm going to do it at an angle. But I don't want to get the leaf. There we go. Perfect. Then I thought for this card tutorial, we would use the Gilded leafing, which I have not used yet. So this will be my first time using that. And I wanted to put that in the center of the card. There's this other stamp that I think we can stamp right there and then use the Gilded leafing. So I wanted to try that. So what I did is I heard that you would need a container to put this in, that it's compressed in there, so once you open it, it comes out a lot. So okay, so we have our Gilded leafing foil, which I'm going to open and dump some of that. Woo. Doesn't look like there's a lot in there, but there is really a lot in there. So I'm going to put that in my container. Okay, I'm going to set that out of the way for a moment. And then we've got our flower. We're going to take our Versamark ink, and I'm going to open up the heat and stick. And then just I think I'm going to take a piece of paper and put that to the side for a moment. I'm going to take my Versamark and stamp I think right there. And then put my piece of paper underneath. I'm going to take my heat and stick powder, put that on, and just put one more layer on. Set that to the side. Take the heat and stick powder and pour that back in. I'm just gonna take this and wipe some of that off. Okay, now I'm going to take my heat tool and we're going to heat that heat and stick powder up. If I can get this to work in this plug over here. All right, I think I'm going to need to put this into a wall outlet. Hold on one second for me. Okay, well, my outlet near my desk decided not to work, so I had to go to the other side of the room, and I melted that down. If you can see, it's shiny now. Then I'm going to stick it in here with my gold leafing foil. And just so you guys know, this is my first time using it, but it really does get everywhere. So I bought this sponge. And I've seen some tutorials where you just take the sponge and you rub it, and you rub the leafing off of the image. Now we have this beautiful gold foil in the center of our flower. I hope that you can see that on the camera. All right, I am going to put the top back on that and get that out of my way right now. And then I'm gonna have my card here. I'm gonna flip this over and put my adhesive on it. And then this piece we're going to have centered. Got some adhesive there. Centered in our card. And then our sentiment, I used this die from the Floral Gallery dies to cut out the sentiment. And I cut that out in Flirty Flamingo. And then we're going to take our Merry Merlot And here is our thank you stamp. And I'm going to stamp that and hope it comes out the first time on the pink flamingo paper. Wash that stamp off. Then next we're going to grab our mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm just going to put one on each side of the sentiment. Let me close my ink up before I forget to do that. And then our sentiment, we're just going to stick right here. I liked it half on the white paper and then half on the Mary Merlot. And there's our card for today completed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We're having quite a lot of snow here in Connecticut right now. Again, we just had a big storm last Monday and now we're having another right now. We probably have like 4 inches right now. So it's an absolute perfect day for card making. And I hope you guys have a great one. Thank you so much. Bye.